So, right now we are going to the north part of the city. Along the way we can complete 2 Dark Knight challenges for some experience. The first challenge requires us to glide for 75 meters without using the grapple accelerator. Here, just let go of glide, then hold it again. And this glide won't be counted as using accelerator.
That looks like the crime in progress the GCPD.
For the next challenge, you have to dive for 25 meters. For that, just do a deep dive for about 3 seconds, and it's done. Today we will be learning the so-called Bane glide. It is indeed very precise and specific, therefore it is near impossible to do on controller. Use your mouse. It's going to be very hard at first, but it does get easier the more you do it. Start by gliding off this little railing, then dive and pull up under this arc. Avoid reaching the ceiling until you pass this middle support here. Then look up and to the left. Dive as much as you can without touching the ground, and as you're diving, move camera to the right while keeping it up. Top of the wall here has no collision, but aim a little bit to the right or to the left to avoid some geometry in the middle. This next part is extremely precise, and there is a lot of invisible geometry. So try to do it as close as possible to what you're seeing here. You want to aim for this spot right here. If you're hitting walls, you must be too low, too high, too much to the left, you get the idea. After you pass this sort of rock to your left here, look to the left slightly and do a somewhat short dive. Remember, there is water underneath. Then keep gliding until you clear this. Some ground extends up to here, so make sure you actually get past this part. Here you do 2 dives. And you must climb on this vent and try to not fall off. Look to the right and the hideout will magically load. However, it's not completely loaded in yet. At least not the part we want. So we are going to glide over here and dive towards this sewer passage, and the rest of the hideout should load. At which point you can glide to the entrance. If the hideout does not load for some reason, you can go back to the pipe and land on it. And then jump in the water here, which will put you right in front of the entrance.
Once you're inside, there's this hole in the ceiling over here you can just drop right in from. Get inside, trigger a cutscene, then get out.
Alfred, Bane knows who I am. You're not safe at Wayne. I need to get...
But we have to get out the same way we came in from out of bounds. So get up these stairs, aim your batarang, hug the right railing, try to align Batman's left foot with this line. You want to be just past the line. Then look up, have the reticle be in this general area, then roll backwards. If you did it right, you should end up on the railing. If Batman overshoots the railing, that most likely means you're not far enough up the stairs. If he just does a normal roll without jumping, then your angle is probably off. Go up the railing a little bit, then just run towards this wall, and Batman should climb up the hole we came in from. Once you're up here, look a tiny little bit to the right, start running, get to the door, and you're out. You can actually do this while looking at the wall, except this time you need to align Batman's right foot with that line and look in this square. You want the reticle to be a lot closer to the right side like this. This isn't especially precise or exact. You can definitely get it by doing something else, but these are just the consistent steps. Once you get out, immediately start running and slide right away. Batman should fall in some invisible water, and as soon as Batman disappears from the screen, open up the menu and fast travel to the Batcave. The timing for this isn't too harsh. If you don't get it, you can just restart and do it again. This is the only way to get out of the hideout since we don't have the glue grenade yet. Once you're in the Batcave, get the glue grenade, and then fast travel away. Okay, so this is an alternative to that precise glide we talked about at the beginning. It's here at the end because it's slower and possibly harder, but if it works for you, you should do it. Important thing to note is this specifically only works at 62 frames per second. So to do this, you take a slightly different route here, go to this spot, grapple to this point right here, climb, and as soon as you're climbing, roll to the left. You want Batman to do the backwards roll animation. If done correctly, Batman will clip through the ground and you'll end up out of bounds. You'll have to initiate a butterfly glide from here. Go through this rock. Keep hugging the left to avoid the wind that'll push you away, but you also don't want to go too low because you can fall into the water. Keep gliding till you get here, and just go to the vent, and now you can continue as normal. So after going through Bane's hideout, we could technically just go to Firefly and beat the game, but in order to do that, we need the glue grenade and the shot gloves, so we have to go back and progress through the game a little bit until we get those, and then we go to the end. And that's it for part 2 of the Arkham Origins speedrunning tutorial. You can find the rest of the tutorial videos in the playlist linked down in the description below. Thank you for watching.